In a couple of days, I'm going to be leaving for a 1-week trip to Los Angeles. But whether I'm traveling for a week or a month, I always pack the exact same way every single time. And that is carry-on only, baby. I really don't think there's any other better way to travel. It is so much less stressful. You don't need to pack as much as you think you do, and it's just easier. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I pack, what I'm packing, and how I make sure that everything I pack is versatile and usable so that I don't overpack and basically have everything I need. So let's get into it. And in this video, as always, I'm going to be sharing with you my packing list. It's a free downloadable PDF that I'll leave in the description below so that you never leave home without your toothbrush again, because it's happened. As always, I'm going to be packing in the Carry-On Pro Plus bag from Monos. I've been traveling with this bag for the past 3 years, and it is solid through and through. It's sleek, minimal, and it has a ton of features that make it really easy to use. It's super lightweight, so it's easy to push and pull, and it's got 360-degree wheels, so it moves around really smoothly. And this bag will easily fit in the overhead bin for most major US airlines, but I always get flack for this in the comments. Just check what your airline baggage restrictions are. I've gotten away with flying on smaller airplanes like Porter and Ryanair with no issue, but to save you any headache and extra charge, just always check with your airline first. And for my one personal item, I always bring this Monos Metro backpack. It's been my travel buddy for the last 3 years, and it holds everything I need. I love the look of a cute duffel bag or tote bag, but I really don't like the feeling of being lopsided when I'm actually running around and sweating and carrying all my stuff with me in the airport. So for me, as the personal item, it has to be a backpack. I genuinely use these things every time I travel, and I'm just really excited that I get to work with a brand that I actually use.
So if you have a really big trip coming up or you just need something for your everyday commutes, Monos is having their early Black Friday sale going on right now, where you can save up to 30% off site-wide. I'll make sure to leave everything linked down below. Thanks, Monos!
All right, let's get into the packing. Besides the bag, some other travel essentials that I always bring with me are these packing cubes. I just find they're really handy to keep things very organized, and they're also compressible so you can save even more space, and they just provide an extra layer of protection if you do end up getting an accidental spill in your luggage, because it has happened, it will happen again. My rule of thumb, no matter what, when it comes to socks and underwear, is to pack 1 pair for every day you're going to be away plus 1 extra, because you never know. We're going to be away for a total of 6 days, so I'm going to be packing at least 6 pairs, but I also know that I'm going to be doing some working out while I'm there, so I'm going to actually pack a little bit extra because we're going to be maybe a bit sweatier than I think, and we're not going to have access to laundry. I feel like I'm actually packing a ridiculous amount of socks. For underwear, I'm just going to be packing 1 bralette, so I'm going to be bringing this nude one from Skims. I think a nude bra that is close to your skin color is probably the best thing to pack when you're traveling, because you just don't have to worry about anything showing, and it's probably the most versatile. Another thing I always bring with me are my nippies. These are just little pasties, so if you don't want to wear a bra, going out to a fancy dinner, wearing a fancy dress, then this does the trick. These are great. One new thing that I'm doing is every time I travel, I make sure to pack a bathing suit. Depending on where you're staying, your accommodations might have things like a hot tub, a spa, a pool. It's a nice thing to bring. I only ever feel like you need one, so I'm just packing that. And finally for this, I'm packing my PJs. I always just sleep in a crappy t-shirt. This one I shrunk and stained, so now it is a sleep shirt. And to save a little space, I always just pack my pajamas as a set. So I just sort of fold them together, and that way they don't take up as much space in your packing cube. And that's packing cube number 1. There is a gym in the hotel that we're staying in, so I want to get at least 2 weightlifting sessions in. So I'm just going to bring 2 sports bras. These can kind of double almost a little bit as athleisure wear, so if I, just want to throw a jacket over top of these, wear them with my leggings, then I think that'll still match really well. I don't really think I'm going to be sweating too much, so I will bring 1 pair of my favorite leggings, which are always my Lululemon Align leggings. And I'm just gonna bring 1 t-shirt that I can work out in, that I can kind of cover up in a little bit more if I want that. And I'm just gonna bring 1 pair of workout shorts too. These will be good for lounging around in the hotel room, maybe coffees in the morning. That's just a nice little workout capsule that we got here. So there's a few things that I do think about before I start planning the pieces that I'm going to bring. One is the weather, which we already talked about. It's going to be warm and sunny most of the time. The second is sort of the vibe of the city that we're going to. When I think of LA, I think of rock and roll, I think of Hollywood glam, I think of kind of boho hippie movement, and I think of beach. So I want to make sure that the pieces that I bring first and foremost reflect my style. That's the thing that I'm going to be packing. I'm going to be packing my personal style rather than packing actual outfits. But I want the pieces that I bring to sort of make sure that they mesh with the place that I'm actually going. So I don't need to bring things like chunky warm sweaters and cozy socks and hiking boots because I'm not going to a mountain town. So I want the pieces that I bring to make sense in that environment. And then the third thing that I always think about is what we're actually going to be doing. So we're definitely planning on going to a few comedy shows. There's going to be a lot of eating going on, a lot of dinner dates, definitely some shopping that I want to be doing. I want to hit a lot of vintage spots and markets while we're there. So with that in mind, let's get into some pieces. Since we're going to be gone for a total of 6 days, I'm going to follow the 5-4-3-2-1 packing method that I've talked about in previous videos. So if you want to learn a little bit more about it, then I will leave some more videos linked down below. But it essentially breaks down like this: 5 tops, 4 bottoms, 3 pairs of shoes, 2 layering pieces, and 1 of each for accessories like belts, bags, sunglasses, that type of thing. I think it makes for a really handy framework, and that's what I'm going to be following here. So for tops, I'm going to start with 1 plain white t-shirt. So I'm making sure that I'm bringing a t-shirt that's a little bit more heavy duty, a little thicker, heavyweight, so it's not see-through. And I want to make sure it's a t-shirt that has a really nice polished collar, that has some nice shape and structure to it, so that I don't feel too casual when I'm dressing down, and so that when I am dressing up, this t-shirt doesn't feel out of place. So I feel like this t-shirt, this is the Clean Cut Crew Tee from COS. It's one of my favorite t-shirts of all time. It's just got some really nice structure, shape to it. It's definitely on the more refined side of casual, so I feel like this dresses up and down so easily. I'm gonna be bringing 2 tank tops, 1 in black, 1 in white. The black one I'm actually wearing. This is the exact same one in white. I just find it's a nice tool to show a little bit more skin if it's a bit more slim to the body. It's just a different vibe than a t-shirt. Next, I'm bringing a bodysuit because I just find it's a great tool to dress up an outfit, and I can wear it dressed down if I want to, but this one is really pretty because of the nice deep exaggerated V. And finally, I'm going to pack a button-down shirt, and I wanted it to be in a color that was different than the rest of what was going on here. So I like this idea of a blue button-down, and this is in a cotton poplin, so it's going to be lightweight, and I can dress this up really easily if I want to wear it out to dinner, but I can also kind of wear it as a jacket, as an outer layer, casually over something like the tank top, over the t-shirt. So I feel like a button-down is a really great tool for you to use in warm weather. So this is what we're bringing for tops. When it comes to folding, I do it the exact same way in every single video. I just sort of take the shirt from the collar, kind of let it fall naturally, and then I just fold it once and fold it twice, and it creates this little brick that kind of stands up on its own, which makes for really neat and easy packing. Tank tops and bodysuits are a little bit more tricky, but I'm just trying to basically make this into a rectangle. So it's always this little brick method that I'm doing, and I find it doesn't take too much space, and the wrinkling is not too bad. So this is the way I've always done it. And then for the button down, I'm pretty much doing the same thing. So making it the size of the collar. This is something that you'll probably have to steam when you're actually at your destination, especially because this is like a cotton poplin, so it's going to get wrinkly no matter what. That's some reality that you're just gonna have to live with. And I just try to fold it in a way so that the collar doesn't actually get folded. So I try to keep that on top like this. And that's it for tops. For bottoms, I'm only bringing 3 because I do find they take up the most space, and one way that I am doubling some bottoms is instead of bringing yet another pair of pants, I'm actually going to bring a dress. And that I find is a really nice hack because I can wear this on its own as a dress, or I can wear it as a skirt if I throw a t-shirt over top of it, something like that. And this one I think will dress up and dress down really easily. I can wear this with sneakers and sandals, but I can also wear this dress with some fancier shoes that I'm going to be bringing. So I'm actually counting this dress as a bottom. And this might be a little bit unhinged, but I am probably going to actually wear my jeans on the plane because they are the bulkiest things to pack. And I also just want to make sure I pack a pair of jeans that doesn't have any rips in them so that I can kind of dress them up and down really easily. And alongside the different bottoms I'm bringing, the other thing I am thinking about is making sure I'm packing different textures. So I have a denim. Here I have more of a nylon fabrication. These are a really cool comfy pant that are really quite breezy, but they still look really cool and refined, and they are so tiny, like it packs up into nothing. So it's gonna save a ton of space, but I do feel like this gives me a ton of options. For shoes, this pretty much never changes. I always bring 3 pairs. Normally I like to bring my Sambas, but I'm gonna bring my chunkier New Balance sneakers instead this time because I do wanna go on some runs. And normally I do prefer a more low profile sneaker, but I think with a lot of the bottoms that I brought, these should be okay if I want to walk around in them. Next, I'm going to bring my Tikis. I've walked literal miles in these with no issues, and they take up basically no space, so I'm going to bring those. And these are also great if I want to go to the pool, things like that. For dressing up and dressing down, I'm going to bring my silver ballet flats from 80. These are very comfortable. I've also walked all day long in these. They'll go with pretty much everything I brought, but they also dress up really easily, and they also take up essentially no space. Your shoes are the dirtiest thing that go in your luggage, so I always pack them in a garment bag. Other miscellaneous things, I'm going to bring one blazer. This can act as my jacket, I'm sure, on many days, but it's also going to be my layer for date nights, dinners. Blazer is my security blanket. I can never leave home without it. Outerwear I think is going to be a game time decision for me. I feel like a leather moto jacket is going to feel so much more LA, but I have also been wearing this long blazer coat from Aritzia pretty much for the past 2 months nonstop, and it's basically like wearing a long blazer. Not a hot layer at all. It's actually quite lightweight and breezy. I've been obsessed with this coat, so I'm kind of leaning towards this one, but depending on the leather jacket versus this, it's going to be a game time decision. And either way, I'm going to be wearing this on the plane. So let me know in the comments which you would prefer for LA, moto jacket or blazer coat. This feels a bit more New York to me, I don't know, whereas the moto definitely reads LA. And finally, just for some one-offs, I'm going to be bringing my Ray-Ban sunglasses, one belt, and I will be packing some of my jewelry, but my rings, for example, I'll wear on the plane, and then I'll probably just bring these Pamela Card earrings for more dressed up nights. I've got some room in here, and I realized I didn't have kind of like a cozy layer in case I get cold, so I'm just gonna bring this super thin cardigan in here too. We've got the space. Okay, so we have the clothes pretty much out of the way and packed. On the other side of the suitcase is where I like to put my toiletries, shoes, my hair straightener, my tripod, electronics, miscellaneous things like that. Makeup and personal care I try to keep to a minimum. I just got this little makeup bag from Amazon, and it just keeps everything nice and flat. I can put my makeup brushes in here. I put my eyelash curlers in here, some Q-tips, just sort of little essentials that I need. As for makeup itself, I did get burned at Gatwick Airport by carrying things like cream products. They consider that a liquid, so to be safe, I just started carrying powder products. One of my hacks is just to get yourself a really good face palette. I've had this Hourglass one for years. I'm trying to project pan it. With a palette like this, you know, I have my highlighter, I have my face powder, I have my bronzer, my blush, so I just carry that and a brush and I'm good to go. Some things that I am not going to be bringing are things like shampoo, conditioner, moisturizer. All of that is going to be provided by the hotel, so I'm just going to bring a few of my select skincare products that I can't live without, like my vitamin C serum, sunscreen, and a little face cleanser. And finally, for my personal item, I'm just gonna use my backpack here. I always carry a backpack with me when I'm traveling. It's a lot easier, you're hands-free, you're not lopsided. I just find my lower back appreciates this. First thing that's going in is my laptop, and I'm just gonna throw it in the laptop sleeve right here. Sunglasses, these are the Ray-Ban Wayfarer foldable. They are so compact and easy. This little pouch just came with a swag bag that I got once, but it's really great for keeping little extras when I'm traveling, like a lip balm, eye drops, a little mirror, band-aids, pimple patches. So that's going in. Got this handy electronics case off of Amazon. It's nice and hard so it doesn't collapse in. It's gonna protect your stuff really nicely and it's waterproof. So in here I've just got things like extra camera batteries, SSD drive for editing. I've got this little Octo Buddy here, so if I wanna film with my phone, that's really handy. I got my Apple Watch charger, some cables, dongles, all that just fits really perfectly in here. Just a little light that I can use for filming. I can put that in here, and my passport. And I'm going to be bringing my camera, but I am filming on it right now. So that's just gonna go in right here at the top. And that's it for my personal item. So that's exactly how I pack for 1 week of travel in a carry-on bag only. No matter where I'm going or for how long, the fundamentals of this never really change. I just might do a little bit of laundry while I'm away if it's longer than a week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm and leave me a comment down below with the plane emoji and let me know where you're traveling next. Thanks so much for watching, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.